This is polypropylene mesh. You can see this mesh is white in color, it is flexible and it's porous in nature. This mesh is commonly useful for all hernia surgeries, whether it is a open or laparoscopic surgery. This is Foley's self-retaining catheter. So first I will tell you about the parts of the catheter. We will start with the parts. The first one, what you are seeing, this is subterminal hole. Next, adjacent to that, you are having a place for the balloon. And next is the body of the catheter. And next you got two channels. The first channel is to inflate and deflate the balloon. So this is a channel to inflate and deflate the balloon. Next one is the drainage channel where the urine will drain. Okay, so we just demonstrate that how the catheter is inflated. So if you put the catheter into urinary bladder, after that you take a distilled water, and just connect it to that catheter and then inflate. You can see that the balloon is inflated. So similarly you can deflate the balloon. So this balloon, it gives a self-retaining property. So if it presents in the urinary bladder, even if you pull out, this catheter won't come off. This is sponge holding forceps. First we will discuss about the parts of this instrument. We will start with the blade, that is a joint, and this is the shaft of the instrument, and that is finger bows, and then that is called ratchet or lock. Okay, so the main use of this instrument, it is, you see that this instrument is a longer instrument. If you open and see the blade, so inside the blade you can see that there is a fenestration, oval shaped fenestration is there in the distal aspect of the blade, and you can able to see that inside a transverse serrations present, only in the distal aspect of the blade is present. Okay, what is the purpose of this instrument? So this instrument is mainly useful, as the name implies, you hold the sponge that is dipped in antiseptic solution and take out, and you can paint the area where you want to operate. Okay, so clean the area where you want to operate like this. Then what are the other uses of this instrument? This instrument is mainly useful to hold some other organs like cervix and gallbladder in open cholecystectomy. This is two instruments you are seeing. Number one, this is a toothed dissecting forceps. You can see the tooth at the distal aspect of the instrument. Right side, that is a non-toothed forceps. So both the instruments are useful for dissecting purpose. Okay, the toothed forceps is useful to hold the firm structures, like while you are doing skin suturing, you can use this instrument. Whereas the non-toothed forceps is used to hold soft tissues like intestine, stomach. You want to hold the peritoneum, aponeurosis, fat, all these things you can use this instrument. So here you can able to see four instruments. This is the straight artery forceps. First two are straight artery forceps, then followed by on the left side what you are seeing is the curved artery forceps. So this instrument is the standard or medium straight artery forceps, and this is the standard or medium curved artery forceps. And you are having small sizes, that is the mosquito size, it is called mosquito size. Okay, so these are the parts, you already know that. And if you open and see the instrument, what you are seeing is the transverse serration throughout the blade. Okay, same thing that is applicable for curved artery forceps also. So if you open and see, you can see the transverse serration throughout the blade. And what is the difference between these? Only difference is the blade is curved. So these two instruments is called as curved and straight artery forceps. So what is the use of this instrument? As the name implies, it acts as an artery. As the name implies artery, it acts as an hemostatic forceps. For example, whenever there is some bleeding while making a skin incision, whenever there is some bleeding, you take this forceps, particularly curved artery forceps, to catch all the bleeding vessels at that site, and then you can do the ligature or you can do the coagulation to control the bleeding. So that is the main use of this instrument. Then what are the other uses of this instrument? If you see a swab, it acts as a swab welding forceps. Okay. So, a swab can be kept at the tip of the instrument, that can be useful for blunt dissection, pushing the tissues away from that, and you can use that for paint the area also, wherever you want. Then you can put a stay, okay, while suturing the suture end you can put a stay, and you can put a ligatures, you can put a ligature and you can put a knot also. Okay. So, using this instrument you can do all these things, and certain structures also you can hold, like cut end of the peritoneum, cut end of the external oblique aponeurosis. Okay. So, there are so many uses for these two instruments. The main use of the curved artery forceps is to create a plane. Okay. These two instruments are tissue holding forceps. Okay. On the left side what you are seeing, that is the Allis tissue holding forceps, on the right side it is Babcock's tissue holding forceps. If you watch the blades, this blade there is completely open, only distally it is closed, and here you can able to see only the distally there is a bulging out blade is there. And this is Allis tissue holding forceps. If you open and see the tips of the blade, there will be serrations on both the side. If you close the instrument, so these serrations will interlock each other, and that gives some grip. So, this is atraumatic forceps used in raising the flaps, and this is the Babcock's tissue holding forceps, where you can see that a triangular fenestration is present. So, what is the purpose of this fenestration? This instrument is mainly used to hold the tubular structure, for example appendix. Okay. So, when you are doing appendicectomy, you can hold the appendix. So, if you hold the appendix, the tissues will bulge out through this opening and gives some more firm grip. Okay. So, that helps in prevention of slippage of the organ. Okay. So, other uses of this instrument, it can use to hold the small intestine, stomach, ureter, and all other organs. This is towel clip. So, what you are seeing is the Doyon's criss-cross action towel clip. It acts like a pincer instrument. You open and see, you can see that it will lock each other. And the second one is the Babcock's towel clip. Okay. So, the uses of towel clip is mainly to fix the draping sheet, to fix the diathermy cable, suction tubes, laparoscopic camera cable, fiber optic light cable, and other uses to hold the some organs like cord, tongue, and ribs. This is Bott-Parker handle. You can see two handles are there. On the left side what you are seeing, that is the number 3, size number 3 handle. On the right side you are having the number 4 handle. Okay, this handle is mainly useful to put the surgical blade into this slot. Okay, so in this slot you have to put it, and using this instrument you can make an skin incision, or by you can raise a flaps. So, raise a flaps, making skin incision, or if you want to cut the tissues, you can use this instrument to cut the tissues. This instrument is straight scissor, and you can see that open, the blades of the scissors are straight. The main use of this instrument is to cut the suture end. So, you can use to cut the suture end, or you can cut the ligature, or you can cut the gauze to make it as a small one, that is useful for blunt dissection. For curved scissor, it will useful to dissect the tissues. So, these two are the retractors. This one is the L-shaped retractor, that is called Langenbach retractor, and this is S-shaped retractor called Sescherny retractor. So, you can see the biflanged hook on one side, flat blade at other side, and in the Langenbach retractor you can able to see that some opening is there. So, you can put on finger and useful for retracting. So, what is the purpose of this retractor? The main purpose of this retractor is to visualize the operating field better, number 1. Number 2, you can minimize the tissue handling, number 2, and number 3, you can see that the bleeding can be controlled very easily with a proper placement of the retractor. Okay, so these two retractors are commonly useful in appendicectomy, hernia surgeries, and all small and finer surgeries.